Hey guys, Cameron here, and I just did one of these two. I just did a very personal video the other day. Okay, my room is really quiet. I'm turning my fan back on. Give me a sec. Don't need it up high, just need it on so there's some noise in my room, because I don't know, I find it weird not having noise. It's one of those things about OCD that just, yeah. So, I just did one of these the other day, and I didn't think I just did one of these like yesterday. I didn't think I'd be doing another one already, but I don't know. I kind of had to kind of say some things that really do need to be said, I guess is the best way to put it. Because it's one of those things where it's something I don't want to hide from you guys, I guess is the best way to put it. For those of you who may not know, who may not have been on the channel long enough or have not gone through older videos and seen it yet, I have battled with depression for the better part of 7 years. Is it 7? Wait. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years. It really started when I was in middle school and between 7th and 8th grade, and it continued on and off for all of high school, and still occasionally comes around, and I get occasional moments of depression every now and again. This is the first time it's really happened in a while. The last real time I was really depressed was a little bit before me and Paige started dating. It was right around when I graduated, and the only reason I was really depressed was because I realized that I lost, that all of high school had just drained me so much, and I had lost so many friends along the way, and all this stuff happened, and it just kind of got me to a point where I was like, you know what, at this point, I don't even care anymore. People have shown how much I mean to them and all that, so there's no point. And me and Paige started dating, and that's helped a lot, actually. Having someone who's gone through it with me and sitting there, at 3 a.m. consoling me because I'm having an anxiety attack or whatever has really helped. I've never really had the support I needed with this. If you guys have ever had a depressed loved one, you know what I mean. The support can mean the world to them. I haven't really had support through anxiety attacks since I was really young. My parents told me I used to get them when I was a baby, and really toddler and stuff, and they always helped. But having somebody there, going through an anxiety attack by yourself is tough. I've gone through 4 separate anxiety attacks by myself throughout my 19 years, almost 20 years on this planet. And the easiest way for me to do it is with somebody else. Because having somebody there rubbing my back, rocking me back and forth, which is my normal way of calming down, is so much better than sitting there with my head in my knees, my arms wrapped around my legs, and just shaking. It's a feeling that I don't ever want to lose, because having somebody there when you're in your hardest, your lowest times means the world to everyone. I feel like anyone who's going through that, when they have somebody there who cares, it helps so much more. And I thank God that I have not only Paige and my mom and my uncle and so many people that actually, know what's going on with me nowadays. I told my mom 2 years ago about my depression before I graduated. I actually ended up telling her because I don't know, I felt weird hiding it from her. I felt weird not telling her about it. My uncle found out about a year ago, and he's been probably the most supportive person. He knows that with me, it's one of those things where I I'm an introvert, but I very much like hanging out and talking to people and trying to, try to be around people as much as I can. And so he always, him always coming over helps a lot with that. And then I started YouTube, and I think this has been the best outlet for me because I've had so much fun doing this channel. Every time I say that, it always seems like I'm going to go to the point where it's like, but I'm ending it. No, I'm not ending it, don't worry. I've had so much fun doing this channel because of the support I get and all that. so I kind of figured, I was like, okay, when depression comes back around, I have a support system. You know, if I absolutely need to, I can say, look, guys, I'm going through a tough time. Your support means the world to me, and all this stuff. And that really helps. Seeing people enjoy these videos helps. And honestly, it slightly breaks my heart when I go back and look at videos and see they have no views, because it's something I put a lot of time into. And it hurts knowing that the things I'm trying to do, you know, I'm trying to have these fun videos be put up, and seeing no one react to them hurts. And it really gets me to that point where I'm like, should I just stop? You know, should I just quit making YouTube videos? Because it's not like people watch them anyway. But I feel like for the people who do actually watch them, it's one of those things where they're like, I like this person, you know, I connect with them in whatever sort of way. But it is fun. It is fun doing these videos, and that's kind of always what drives me, is that I have fun doing these. I don't care if people don't watch them. I enjoy doing them myself. But continuing on, I am at a point where my depression is slowly coming back. A lot has happened over the past month or so that has really kind of gotten me down and depressed me a bit. First off, my mom is slowly getting worse, which is not... God damn it, Cyrus. Go lay down. Which is not an easy thing to look at. Go. Go. Are you gonna lay down right there? Okay. No? No? Sorry, my dog is an asshole. But, you know, it's hard seeing my mom get worse, and that's a huge part of it, is I'm slowly realizing that at some point my mom is going to be gone, and it's not going to be her anymore, and that hurts so much. But I'm also I'm preparing for it as best as I can. My brother, who, if you guys don't know, is in the Marines right now. He is in South Carolina doing basic training. We have always had a rocky relationship. You know, we're brothers. We fight and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it got to a point where over the past few months, we've slowly been, you know, before he left, we slowly started realizing that, you know what, you're my brother and I care about you and I love you. And I don't want us always to be fighting. Like, we always fight. It's nonstop. And so getting to see that my brother and me, you know, our relationship has grown. You know, we've slowly started to realize, to like talk more as brothers and less as people who hate each other, has really made me happy. And then he left, and as soon as he left, my sister-in-law gave me, like, she texted me a picture of the address to get in touch with him. And as soon as I saw that, it hit me that it was real, and I was like, I miss my brother a lot more than I thought I was going to. And that was a big part of it, was that I honestly just realized I found myself missing my brother more than I ever thought I would when he left. And it's tough. It's tough to know that he's not here right now, you know, that he's not, you know, I can't just text him and say, hey bro, I need help, you know, I'm going through a rough time, and, you know, it's one of those things. And then for many of you who don't know, I actually released a video on this yesterday, just entitled Loss. A friend of mine passed away last month, and it's been a little over a month that he's been gone, and it's so tough to see that he's gone, and I hate it. I hate the fact that one of my best friends is gone, and I didn't get a chance to see him for 2 years. You know, it was a tough thing to go through. It's also right now getting around to the time when I lost 2 family members in very short time. I had an aunt pass away February 28th, 2015, I believe. Oh man, my nose is running. I'm sick right now, guys, if you can't tell. Not just up here, but actually my body is sick too. And then I went to her funeral, her viewing, before she got cremated, and then my great aunt on my mom's side, who was battling cancer, passed away shortly after that. I think it was 2 days after the viewing for my aunt Rebecca, for from Aunt Becky, and as soon as I went to my uncle Scott and Aunt Vicky's house, because my dad, my aunt lived out in Holland, and so we ended up going there. And the worst part is my Uncle Tony always has a party for his birthday and for his wedding anniversary, which is typically around March 5th. And it was days before that party when she passed. And it was so tough. So tough going to that party because we had to see him just so broken. And we had just got done visiting her. We went there to visit them, and on our drive home, or on our drive back to my aunt's house, I should say, she got a call from her sister. I think it was her sister. I can't remember who called her. From her sister or somebody saying that their mom had passed. And I was like, I just went through one of these. I didn't need to go through another. And I guess this has slowly been kind of building up the past year or two. A lot of things have been happening these past few years that I don't know. I guess there's something that slowly built up more and more. A lot of things have happened that I didn't really prepare for. And they hit me harder than I thought they would. Having no license and the only job I have being taking care of my mom and only getting about $340 for that a month for myself to spend has taken a lot of toll on me. Everything with my school and all that has also not helped, and yeah, it's just hard. It's really, really difficult. Sometimes you look at these sorts of things and you're like, okay, I guess that's just life. But then other times you really realize that it may be life, but sometimes you really wish you could change it. And it's hard to put this in words. It's really hard when there's people you want to see and you can't see them anymore. Like my grandpa. I wish I could have said goodbye to him, to be honest. The thing I hate is the last time I remember seeing my grandpa and talking to him was that we fought. We fought about something really stupid, and I, at the time, was 90% sure my grandpa died hating me. Cyrus. And that's one of those things, you wish you could have changed it. I wish every single day that I could go back, hug my grandpa, tell him I love him, and say goodbye. Because the day I lost him was the day I lost one of my favorite people in the world. And it's tough living sometimes the way I do. Because for those of you who don't know, and a lot of people say I'm just, oh, you're too emotional, and oh, this isn't gonna happen. You're fine. Nothing bad is gonna happen. And I fought with my brother lots of times on this because he's like, this is my mom too, and I'm like, I know it is. It's like, but you're not the one going through what I'm going through. You're not the one going through the same issue as me, and he never understood it. For those of you who don't know, first off, I've talked about this multiple times. My mom has Huntington's disease, which could eventually, if nothing good comes of it, and there's no way of curing it. There currently is no way of curing it. But if some way of kicking it back and curing it doesn't come along, she will eventually die from it. But that's not it. That's not just it. My brother's in that same boat. It's his mom too. The issue comes when you look at me and his dads. We have two different dads, if you guys don't know. He's my half-brother. His dad, I actually don't know what he does. I don't know where he is currently at. I'm assuming he still lives in Detroit. His dad does not have a job where people disrespect him and could easily end up killing him every single day. For those of you who do not know, which I'm sure a lot of you don't, my dad is a tow truck driver in Florida, which means I don't get to see him a lot. I don't talk to my dad as often as I'd like either because he's so busy all the time. So there's that added worry for me as well. The worry that every single day I'm going to get a call from somebody saying, Cameron, there's been an accident. Somebody drove up, crashed in the back of your dad's truck, and he's gone. If you guys have never seen a tow truck accident, look up pictures of them. They're horrifying. The last time I was down there visiting my dad, he showed me a picture of one. And I've seen videos of them. And the first thing that pops in my mind every time I do is, this could be happening to my dad any day. You see people who don't care about service workers who put their lives on the line for this kind of stuff. You know, firemen, military, police, EMTs, tow truck drivers, all this kind of stuff. You see people who don't put their lives on the line, who don't respect those types of people. And you've got to realize that those people have families. And when you say you don't respect them, you're telling that person that if you die, your family won't care. You're telling them that their family doesn't care about them. You're telling them that no one's going to get hurt or upset or saddened or depressed because they're gone. My dad has even gotten to the point where he has shirts and stickers that say MTFO, which stands for move the fuck over. Because if you see a tow truck driver, if you see cops or EMTs or firefighters on the fucking side of the road, it's human decency to take your car and merge and move the fuck over. Because those people have families. Those people matter. Their lives matter. I don't know why people have a hard time believing that. Everyone looks at a tow truck driver and immediately sees a repo man who just takes people's cars. But no one realizes that these people are there for horrific accidents. My dad, this is one that's always going to stick with me because my dad used to ride motorcycles, and so did I. He went to an accident where a guy was on a bike with his stepdaughter, and an elderly couple pulled out in front of them. The guy and his stepdaughter crashed. The guy did not survive, but his stepdaughter did. She basically landed on her feet 15 feet away or some shit like that. And it makes me think, and my dad was one of the first people there to tow the car. My dad had to go to the scene of an accident where someone died and tow the car. And my dad goes through stuff like that every single day. And it's a lot to put on to think about and stuff, you know. It weighs heavy on my mind a lot of the time. So it gets me really sad thinking that, you know, at any point in the day, every single day, you know, 24/7, 365, I could be getting a call saying my dad is gone. And it's one of those things. And you really you really got to think about it in a way where it's hard to explain this. You got to think about it in a way where no matter what you're going through, people are there to care about you. People will be there. You know, trust the right people and they'll help you through whatever. And just, like, look at me, guys. I may always sound super cheery and happy in every video, but that's because I'm trying to. I try to sound as motivated and happy as I can, because sometimes I'm burnt out. Sometimes I'm at the point where I don't want to do anything, where I just want to lay in bed all day, say fuck YouTube, fuck my life right now, I'm just going to relax. But I don't do that. And right now, what I want is support. I'm not going through the best of times right now, and it's hard for me to say this to you guys, because, like, I try to be as happy as I can, but, like, sometimes, you know, you get to a point where the weight of the world weighs on you. You know, it weighs down on your shoulders, and you don't know what to do, I guess is the best way to put it. And just this past year has been so tough on me for no real reason. Like, you know, I haven't had anything really bad happening to me, and yet I'm still in this point where everything's just come crashing down for me, and I'm just not myself. You know? So, yeah. So I'm asking for you guys to support. Show that you appreciate this channel. You know, if you watch a video, leave a like. It will brighten my day up. I'm not even kidding. If you watch a video, leave a comment, subscribe, share with your friends, whatever you want to do. Because I know there's a lot of YouTubers who go through mental health issues, and, you know, have problems that they don't really want to share. And I think that when you realize that these people go through these things, you know, it humanizes them. And the best thing you can do is show support. And that's all I want right now, is support. Everything will stay as normal on the channel, but I just want to show that I'm reaching people with these videos, I guess. I want to be able to see that in some way people are seeing what I'm doing. On to positive notes. Going back to the point about my dad, I do actually get to see him this week. By the time you guys watch the NHL video on Wednesday, I will be hanging out with my dad. My dad is coming over. It's coming up Wednesday, which honestly makes me happy as hell, because it's been a while since I've seen my dad. So I'm honestly really happy to get to see him, and, you know, get to hang out with my dad for at least a day. You know, a day is better than nothing to me. And, you know, especially when your dad lives, you know, 9 states away, it's one of those things that makes you so happy, just to get to spend time with him. And I know there's a lot of people out there who can't spend time with their dads, and I'm so sorry that you can't. I lost my grandfather, my mom lost her father, my Uncle Jesse lost his father, you know, all my uncles lost their father, and I couldn't imagine losing mine. My dad has been one of the best people in my life. You know, he's been like a superhero to me for my entire life, and losing him would be the most devastating thing I could ever think of. Because he is, in essence, me. He is what made me me. You know, my love of video games has come from my entire family, especially my dad, especially my cousins and my brother. And, you know, it's one of those things where that's what I was raised on. I played video games my whole life. My love of music came from my dad. I can still remember listening to Motley Crue and Def Leppard and R.E.O. Speedwagon and Styx and all these other old 80s hair bands in my youth. and just loving it because that's what I loved. You know, that was the music I was raised on. And you know, if you guys don't have no idea about my music taste, I love music. I don't care what type of music. No, scratch that. Newer type rap, nah. You know, like the Lil Yachty's and the Lil Uzi Verts and those types of people can fuck off. But like actual real music, just I love it. Everyone's always like, oh, what do you want to listen to? You know, you want to listen to country, to rap, to rock? I was like, yeah, whatever you want to listen to is fine. Because I'm one of those people who does love music. And I'm not going to say that I love all of every genre. You know, there's still songs I don't like. But music as a whole, you know, I've never really been distinctified to one genre. And I'm never going to be because it's different for me. You know, music is a passion. And it's hearing the words. God damn, this is going to turn into a really deep video in a minute. You know, hearing the words sung by these people and hearing the hurt, the passion, the love, all of this stuff being construed through a voice. You know, it's one thing to watch the music video or to go to a concert and see like their facial expressions as they sing this. But when you can listen to a song and hear what emotion is coming through their voice, that's what I love about music. Because it's one of those things that I've never really, I've focused on lots of things as passions, you know, and been very passionate about a lot of things. And music is the one that's always stuck the most because it's like, I can listen to, if you guys don't know the song, 1-800, it's a longer title than that, but the easiest way to say it is just 1-800 by Logic. It's a song, and the title is literally a suicide hotline. The song is so fantastic. I've seen the music video as well. But the song, just listening to that song and hearing the pain in his voice and everything that's going on when he sings is just, you know what I mean? It's so beautifully sad. You hear him say, I don't want to be alive, and you just think, I feel you, man. You know, like I've been there. And I'm at the point, at the end of the song, he says, I finally want to be alive. Going from that point to that point is such an amazing thing. And I've been in that point, in that process, you know, going from I don't want to be alive to I finally want to be alive is it's such a damn struggle. But it happens and people do it, and hearing the pain in his voice while he sings that just is electrifying. It's amazing. And it's one of those things, you know. It's the reason I'm who I am. And it's why I love my dad so much. But, you know, like I said, my dad's coming on Wednesday, and yet I'm still at this point where I'm depressed because, I don't know, there's a lot of things my dad doesn't know about me, and I'm kind of happy he doesn't. But, you know, it's hard to look at it and say, you know, I have somebody who I don't get to see a lot, who I love and care about and look up to, coming to see me soon. And yet I'm sad and depressed and upset because whatever reason, you know. And that sucks. I don't want to be like this around my dad because I don't like being like this around my dad. I want to be happy around my dad. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things that can't be controlled. So again, show me support. You know, on this video, if you want, you can comment something that makes you happy, because it'll probably honestly cheer me up, because I love others being happy. I've put others' happiness before my own my entire life, and it's one of those things. It's a hard thing to do, but everyone always looks at me and thinks, oh my god, he's such a thoughtful person, he's such a caring person, you know, he's so happy, he smiles all the time. Not on the inside. But show whatever support you guys can. I'll be through this hopefully soon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay golden. Peace.